All right, brother, here we go. Bing, bang, boom. This is going to be a jam-packed show. What
Yeah, it is.
movies have we got tonight?
We got Civil War. We got Rebel Moon 2. We got Abigail, Night Swim, Zone of Interest, and Wish. That's it,
Wish.
right? Yeah.
I think
Wish
so.
I didn't
Yeah.
have to watch that.
6? Yeah.
I
Look
know.
at whatever.
Yeah,
We've
I
got
said
6
Abigail.
movies.
Yeah.
We've got 6 movies. We have
It was supposed to be a four-way. I thought we were having
it
a
was supposed to be
four-way.
a 4-way, but I
But you
added
surprised
another
me.
person to the Sausage Fest.
Yeah.
So, what do you say we get rolling?
Let's just get rolling, man.
Get rolling. All right. Faces for Radio podcast in 5, 4, 3, 2. What's up, everybody? Welcome in as the Faces for Radio podcast presents by the streaming or on video. We watch them, we review them, we lay down our thoughts. I am your host, David, and my co-host is
Rich, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, brother. I am so excited about tonight. We've
Me
got a
too.
jam-packed show. So before we get started, let's bring out our guests.
We got two awesome guests.
Two awesome guests. First, I'm going to bring out the veteran. He's been on the show. This is now his 3rd time on By the Numbers. I'm going to say we loosened him up, but we actually did. We fully corrupted him. He was joking backstage all the time. So let's
Yeah.
bring out Wilkie himself, Corey Wilson. What's up, Corey?
What's
going on,
going
Corey?
on, fellas?
Man, it's
Glad
good to
you're
have
here
you back,
tonight.
brother.
Oh, it's good. It's good. I was having a laugh though, because every time I come on to the show, you're just like, all you got to do is watch 5 movies for the show, and then each time, I think there's been
I
a couple
add
times
another one.
you're like, oh,
He
by the
said,
way,
way,
there's 6. There's 6. There's 6 now.
Just when you thought it was safe to get back in the theater, I put a 6th movie up for you.
Just when you thought you watched all the movies you needed to, there was a 3rd or 6th one that was
I
added.
knew you were a glutton for punishment, so I'm like, you know what? Let's give Corey another one.
Let's do it.
Speaking of glutton for punishment,
We got a first
we
time.
have another guest. This is his first time, so he's breaking his cherry with us on By the Numbers. He said we've already corrupted him, and pretty soon he's going to be 6'4", full head of hair. He's going to be ready. Let's bring out the Hard Knock Life, Rob. What's up, Rob?
How we doing? How you doing?
What's going on, Rob?
Oh,
Hey,
man.
Rob.
I feel like a virgin tonight.
Oh man, it's a sausage fest like you would not believe tonight.
A
And-
tiny
But
sausage
not to be
fest, but-
outdone, we have one more guest.
Oh my
And
god!
I had no clue. I had no
So
clue.
so now we have a panel of 5. So you guys hold on to your butts, because let me introduce the man who just hit recently 2,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Oh,
wow.
awesome.
I'm gonna bring him out, Magic Mike himself, Mega Mike the Movie Man.
Oh,
Mega
Oh,
Mike. Mega Mike.
What's going on?
I heard about
Mike.
the sausage fest. I had to be here for this.
He did.
Mega Mike's like, sausage face? I'm in.
He's like, can I be on the show?
I'm like, I haven't ate dinner yet. A sausage fest sounds
Sausage
pretty good.
Fest? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with
It's
it.
a lot of protein.
There you go.
Lots of protein. 5-way sausage fest. I'm
Yeah.
down for this.
See, I had no clue, Mike.
I know.
And-
I wasn't surprised.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
I heard about a foursome. I said, let's join, make it a fivesome.
That's
How could a foursome get better? Add another one.
Add another one.
And Mega Mike.
Sorry, guys, my mic was in a different spot, and I think Evan just called me on it. So, does that sound better? You guys can hear me okay?
Oh,
Yeah.
that was great.
It's better than it was, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Great. I just wanted to make sure. Speaking of which, let's go to the chat and say hi to everybody because we got a jam-packed house. Miss Caveman.
What's up, Miss
First-
Caveman?
All right.
Hey, Miss Caveman.
Cookie.
Oh,
Miss Caveman,
cookie.
welcome. You get the cookie this time instead of Mr. Caveman always taking it. So congratulations on getting that.
I hope you're doing better.
Yeah,
I hope you feel
absolutely.
better too. Recovering. She says she's recovering well.
Gotcha.
Glad the surgery
up,
went
Tiana?
well. So yeah, definitely Godspeed on a fast recovery and getting you back on your feet. Tiana's in the house. What's
Hey,
up, Tiana?
Tiana.
We got that fucker. Whatever.
Hey, who's that? Who's that? Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Can you ban him? Can you block him?
They're saying hi to each other. What's up?
What's up,
Evan?
Evan?
What's up, brother? Good to see you. Johnny is in the house.
Hey, Johnny.
Movie Hunter is in
Movie
the
Hunter.
house. And the same neighborhood.
Oh, get rid of that one guy.
Hi. All these people that like each other. I don't know what's
Who's
going on.
Holland?
What's up, Huck? Huck's in the house.
Hey,
Um,
Huck.
He's on Rich's channel right
I
now. So
appreciate
you guys,
it,
yeah,
Huck.
we are live on, well, of course, Faces for Radio on YouTube. We are also live on the 4K Lowdowns Facebook and Twitter, and also on YouTube on Turner Fan 77's channel. So if you guys get a chance, go all around the board and hit likes everywhere. Really appreciate it. But everybody's saying hi. Jared is in the house. What is
What's
up,
up,
Jared? Haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for being on
Yeah.
the show. Yes. Does David sound like his mic is not on? I can hear him, but it's not as loud. I know. It's usually I'm usually really loud, so it's better now. Thank you, Evan, for calling that out. What? Mega Mike in the house. Big surprise. Love it. Holland is in the house. What's up, Holland? Nate.
What's up, Nate?
Nate.
Saying hi to everybody. Love it. Going through the thing. Caveman is here.
What's up,
Your
Caveman?
wife beat you to the punch this time, brother. So she got the cookie. Let's see what up, fella. Also checking you out on Rich. Yeah, Jared's hanging out with me over there. Nice. Hey guys, I'm bring you up as often as I can because everybody's gonna be on here. So definitely hit the like and subscribe to all these amazing channels, you guys. All their descriptions, aside from our special guest, is in the description because I didn't want to let the cat out of the bag too early, but I will add it to the description and the comments later. So you guys, but you're already subscribing to Mega Mike. I know you
Oh,
are
yeah.
because
Mhm.
everybody does. Jay's in the house. What's up, Jay?
Hey.
Jay.
Hey, Jay.
All right. So you guys, we had 6 movies, not 5 as Corey complained about, but 6.
Let's say there's 4 movies and 2.
And two. There's 4 movies
No.
and 2 with
I'm sorry. I'm being an ass already.
you are, but that's okay. You know, I was gonna say what's a sausage fest without ass, but I didn't want to go there this early. That's what she said.
You went in there
yeah.
quick.
We did. We already went there. Yep, 5 of us tonight.
Yes.
So okay, so I did the math. All 5 of us watched all 6 movies. I took the average score of all of us.
Oh.
So this is an average score of the 5 of us total. So what I did was I took all the movies, all our scores that we did, I averaged them, and then I ranked them from 6 to 1 based on our average score. So what do you think got the lowest score? And I'm gonna go to Corey. What do you think got the lowest score this week?
Oh, in my mind.
Did you guys not hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I had a little pause.
No, in my mind, there's 2 that hit bottom for me at least, and it's okay if you like them. But I'm gonna say for bottom for me was probably Rebel Moon Part 2.
Okay. Rebel Moon Part 2. Rob, what do you think the lowest scored movie was?
It was kind of close. I'm gonna say I don't know. This might get some hate on it. I'm gonna say Zone of Interest for me.
Oh, wow.
Ooh,
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Mike, what do you think?
Man, this is a tough one because I liked all the movies. Didn't have a major problem with any of them. But I'm gonna go Zone of Interest actually.
Wow.
Okay. 2 for
Oh,
Zone of
man.
Interest.
Damn.
Rich, what do you think the lowest scored movie was?
Wish.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm going to tell you, you guys are all wrong.
I was saying, are we all different?
All wrong. I mean, Rob and
Well,
Mike both pick Zone of Interest, but
Can I guess my second one?
you can guess your second one.
Night Swim.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I want to say hi to Jeff. Jeff's in the house. He just popped in.
Hey, Jeff.
What's up, Jeff?
But yeah, and I want to put in. Okay. So who got
I would like to change my answer to Night Swim as well. Well, I forgot about that movie. Yes, that movie was terrible. So put it at the bottom.
Yeah.
Those were my two bottom. I'd say that.
All right. So yeah, Second Instincts are correct. Our lowest scored movie this week for the six of us is Night Swim.
I'm okay with that.
Me too.
Yeah. So guys, what are your initial thoughts on this? Rob, we'll go to you first.
It looked promising, but the thing, it was just it wasn't scary. I mean, I liked Wyatt Russell in the lead. The acting wasn't bad. It was decent. It was just executed terribly, and I loved the premise out of everything. That's why I scored it a little high there. The story, basically, and it's one of those that I thought the premises just executed poorly, and then it went downhill. It just it's like a snore fest, basically.
Snorefest. All right, Mike, what are your thoughts on Night Swim?
Man, I hated this movie. Everything about it is just so generic for a horror movie, and it's a haunted swimming pool. Do I need to say more? Just no. Why? How did this get greenlit?
Yeah.
Bloomhouse.
So, Corey,
Yeah.
how are you feeling right now?
How in the world could we ever avoid this haunted swimming pool? Just don't
Oh
go
my-
swimming. Don't go
Oh
swimming.
Oh my goodness, right? It's like, okay, it's a killer swimming pool.
Bad staff, but bad stuff happens when we go in the pool.
Bad stuff,
Don't go in the
yeah.
pool.
That's what happened. So
Pack
I-
up and leave.
The closest thing I ever became what I was afraid of a swimming pool was when I had first watched Jaws and I thought every body of water had a shark in it. So swimming
That's
pools
me.
were off limits. But I'm sitting there going, I'm fill it with cement. What the hell are you guys doing?
Yeah.
just leave. Just leave.
Yeah,
I think a public flu is even worse.
yeah, well, public pool, yeah.
No,
I thought it was a good watch, and I there were things I liked about it. I like Rob said, he liked the premise. There were a couple things he liked in it, but it wasn't scary, and I agree with that.
Not at
It
all.
wasn't scary at all. And
It felt very
there-
CW-ish.
and I'm
Yeah,
sorry that
yeah.
let's just say the figure or the supernatural figure that appears in here. I'm just gonna say he seemed kind of bloated. But and I guess that makes sense, but it just I don't know, the effect didn't work for me. There was one scene with the old Asian lady, and I'm not going to go into too much detail about that. But at first I was like, this does not belong in the movie. But it turned out that was my favorite scene in the whole film.
okay.
Yeah.
Night Swim isn't good, but there's issues besides the threat of pruning. Yes,
Yeah.
we don't want to
But-
prune up.
My fingers are getting wrinkly.
Yeah.
Too much chlorine. Yep.
What's up, Jane Doe?
What's up, Jane Doe? That's a new
Hey,
face.
mom. Hey, mom.
She just
Is that your
subscribed to
mom,
our channel.
Corey?
No.
Or you just-
No, John Doe Juggalo Jeff. That's his mom, and
Oh,
so
so that's Jeff's mom.
we
Okay.
affectionately call her mom. So
Okay, cool. I won't be doing that, but I do have the same affection. I'm pretty sure we're probably the same age. So
well, that's where I felt weird calling her mom, and I figured out that we're not that far apart in age. So
right, because we're like sister.
yeah.
Jerry, what's up,
What's
brother?
up,
Haven't seen you in a
Jerry?
while. Night Swim started 2024 off with a thud,
I agree.
not with a bang, but with a meh.
A big old cannonball.
I think it's
The
hard to
concept
get
of a haunted
past the
swimming pool
Walmart.
seems kind of lame. That was I
Captain
watched the
America.
trailer and I'm like, really, a haunted swimming pool? I'm not really feeling this. like I said, there were a couple creepy parts. I did like Wyatt Russell, and I'm looking at him with the beard, and I'm thinking he should redo The Thing. I'm thinking he should do some kind of sequel to The Thing or something.
Play his
See, I
dad.
didn't like him in this at all.
Play his dad's character. I think it would work.
I'm with you, Rich.
I didn't like him at all in this.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, just the face. I mean, I thought the acting was pretty subpar. I think the best actor for me was probably the daughter.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought she was the best. I liked the wife too, but she just didn't have her role wasn't that good.
is it funny that I liked the realtor lady better than anybody else that was in the movie? Like,
Cool.
I thought she was kind of funny, but I was like, I kind of liked her better than anybody else that was in the movie.
Caveman calls Jane mom. Okay, and Caveman's older than me, so
That kid man's older than all of us.
yeah, he's
yeah.
he's
No, he can't
he's
be on
ancient.
Cavemen are old.
Yeah, cavemen are really old.
Okay. I don't feel so bad then.
All right, so I'm gonna put this up to you guys. I was gonna do polls on YouTube, but I just don't feel like doing it. So I'm gonna put it up to you guys. Something that we've all been doing. You guys, who do you think? Not the guys in the panel, but the guys in the chat. Voice in with who do you think got the lowest score out of the five of us? Before we do the highlights, put in your votes now. Who got the lowest score out of the five of us?
Who scored it the lowest out of
Who
us?
scored the lowest? Single
Yeah.
score. Easy there. I'm a month older than Caveman. That's
Sorry,
your
Miss Caveman.
So it works, but you don't look a day over 21.
I was gonna say 18.
There you go. But I was going to do polls, but not going to. Thanks, Evan. Grant is in the house.
What's up, Grant?
Hey,
Hope you're
Grant.
doing good.
Grant. Love it. Saying hi to everybody.
Mind you, Rich.
Movie Hunter thinks Mike scored the lowest. Huck thinks Mike scored the lowest. So does Grant. I think Tiana thinks Corey scored the lowest. Jeff also thinks Mike scored the lowest. So we got a kind of a unanimous shot for Mike here on getting the lowest score.
Man, what is it?
That's interesting. That's interesting. All right. I was gonna go to the highlights, but there's five of us, so that would be a lot of talking. Not that I mind, but I'm only gonna do like if we had 10s or 9s, I'm gonna do some highlights on that. So for this one, there's no highlights.
Big surprise.
Nobody felt that way about this movie. But let's go to our final scores on Night Swim. You guys, this is coming in last place. Who else? And then okay. So Hux Pop Culture is in the house. Smash the like button. Thanks, Deadpool fanatic.
Deadpool.
Love that. But he says cause Mike hates it the most.
That's good reasoning.
That's a good reasoning.
There might be a dead heat between Mike and I.
Mike forgot about the movie.
I did. That's how bad it was. So forgettable.
Forgot about the movie. But okay, let's go to our final scores on Night Swim, and I think you guys might be surprised by who got the lowest score. Check it out. IMDb is giving this a 4.7,
Oh,
but not surprised
Oh,
because Mike got the lowest score. You guys were all right.
Wait, what? Corey shows 33.
Oh,
though.
33 for Corey. I'm sorry. I thought Corey was lower, but
I was trying to go for the lowest score
Man,
ever.
having me take the heat on this
Actually, Alex has got that one. I don't think anybody can beat Alex's score for the lowest score ever.
yeah.
All right. So yeah, Rich gave it a 48. I gave it a 55. Rob gave it a 59. Corey 33 and Mike 45. Total average score of 48. And I'm sorry, IMDb 4.7. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 21%. Audience score 43%.
Yeah. That movie was
Ooh. Ooh. Hey,
So I won
What's up,
the
Harrison?
I won the low score.
you
on
got
that
the,
one,
you got
right?
the lowest score, and Rob got the highest score on that one.
that's
But
great.
that's all right though, man.
But we were
goodness
all
and
pretty
Jenkins.
general in the
I'm not generous. Yeah.
Holland says, boom, Jeff R. There are some goats in this chat tonight. Totally. What a great group.
Yeah.
Hey, what I
Appreciate
won.
you guys.
Did you win, Tiana? Here you go. Cookie.
All right.
You get the cookie.
Making me hungry.
I know. Actually, cookies look kind
I'm
of
gonna
good.
start. I'm gonna start like taking pictures of brisket and
Then you'd have me in trouble then.
roasted chicken and look, just all kind of vegetables, depending on who did what.
I want to see some
No.
white chocolate macadamia or some peanut butter cookies.
What some white chocolate
Just give me some
macadamia. I'm
street
down for
tacos.
that.
That's all I want.
I'm
Oh
down for
yeah,
that. I'm down for that.
street chocolate. Yeah.
Yeah, love it. Rob will always have the highest scores. He likes all movies. He is not a hater like the rest of you.
Hey, but that's okay though. That means he enjoys what he watches.
What Rob gave the highest score? What a surprise.
Easy J.
That sounds a little sarcastic. I don't know.
I don't know.
Poutine.
Yeah, get the poutine.
Poutine, okay.
Get some gravy and cheese on those fries. Come on.
I've never had that before, but I know about it.
Oh,
good
Dave,
stuff.
I'll take you to
But
get
not
some
poutine.
poutine in town.
It's
We got
good
a
stuff.
Brewery
I
by
don't know where to get it around here.
Where at, Mike?
Oh, Lake Bottom Brewery. You can
Okay.
get some tri-tip poutine. It's
Ooh,
delicious.
that sounds good.
That sounds really good. My diabetes is like on fire right now.
Yes.
Um,
Don't worry. I know CPR, David. Don't worry.
okay, thanks, bro. Me too, but it won't work. I can't do it to myself. Well,
I heard beer helps level it out. So
There
if
you
you
go.
drink beer
Yeah.
in equal
Drink
levels with the
beer.
poutine,
yeah.
An IPA maybe. An IPA.
yep.
All right.
We don't condone drinking on the channel, by the way.
No,
No, but we support it.
Yeah. Is anybody
All
drinking
right.
alcohol tonight?
Is that a problem?
No. I almost was going to, but I was like, nah, I'm not going.
I got a Fontana, City of Fontana tap right here.
No, I just Old Peak tea. That's what I'm doing.
I just got tea too.
It's
But honestly, not to like dwell on this movie, but I didn't think it was scary at all, and I just didn't follow like the reasoning behind the whole thing like at all. Like
Neither did I.
I was waiting for the story to flesh out to be like, why is this happening, or what's the deep dark secret behind the whole thing, and it just fell so flat for me. It just felt generic.
You know what it reminded me of? I know they're two different storylines. You remind me of that Sandra Oh movie.
Which one?
What was it? I keep
Was that the
We
Korean?
watched it for about the numbers.
the mama or whatever that was?
Yeah.
The one. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
All right.
Sandra Oh.
Yeah, like yeah,
that
I
was-
know what you're talking about. Yeah, I didn't care for that one either. It was just
that
kind
wasn't
of.
very good.
It was. I thought that one had a premise. I was really into,
right.
and then it's
Yeah,
it
about
sucked.
his mother, her mom died and everything, and you're expecting something scary, but
Yep.
it's just I hate that when
Who wants to go swimming?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Amma, that's the one. Thank you, Holland.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Amma. I was like, it was like Mama or some
Yeah.
goofy thing like Mama.
that's mother in Korean. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was right. I just I'm white, so
it's okay.
it doesn't. I just can't say it.
We
I
don't
can't
hold it against
because
you.
English sucks, and I just can't say any other language. I would post links for the channel, but you have to be a mod. That's why you're not a mod, caveman. You just like porn sites all over the place. But seriously, if you guys are interested in being a moderator, I don't have any moderators yet, but I am interested in maybe having a couple of guys come in and be a moderator if they're willing to do it. So hit me up separately in Instagram or whatever, and let me know your thoughts on that. All right.
It'd be nice.
Thanks, Tiana. Yeah, hit me up on Instagram.
Yeah.
All right. So our fifth movie, and I'm going to go Rob this time. What do you think? I mean, I think you're probably thinking Zone of Interest again, but what do you think is the fifth movie tonight?
I think it's going to be Rebel Moon.
Okay.
Stargiver Part 2.
Okay. Mike?
Oh man, I was between those two as well. I'll go spicy. I'll go Zone of Interest.
Okay. Rich?
I'm gonna go Wish.
Okay. Corey?
Rebel Moon Part 2.
Okay. Number 5 movie is Wish.
Oh.
Good job, Mike.
This shit sucks.
Oh, it was Rich. Rich got it.
Yes, I'll take the credit.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you, Mike. It's fine.
Bring it.
Like I
I'll
said.
take it.
Jay's got it. Wish.
This movie was boring.
Okay. Before I get started, I have to play a public service announcement from Evan because
Let me guess, you like this.
he voiced his opinion. I also have a review from Grant, so we're going to take a look at those really quick, and then we're going to move on to our thoughts on it. But first, a public service announcement from your friend and mine, Pop Culture 33.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you to the guys for letting me state my opinion. I want to start off, I love The Wish. I thought it was a great movie. In the words of Grant, edit the video in and you will understand my passion for this movie. But I also know it's not perfect. But there's 2 points that I think a lot of people did not like about this movie, and I want to address. The first point was the music. The music came out and people said this is as great as Encanto and it's not great as Moana. But none of those music got popular or people didn't love it before the movie came out. And people were judging Wish soundtrack before the movie. And while I don't think the music holds up as independently as I think Moana does, or maybe Tarzan, this movie definitely fits for the movie. And I think these are some great songs and I love them. So my second point was the character, the main character. They say she doesn't grow. She doesn't change. Nothing happens. Everything around her she doesn't actually grow as a character. And I love this. She knew who she was and she stood firm in what she believed. And over the last few years, I grew up, I was much in a Christian community, and I started to challenge some of these ideas that was happening, saying, hey, we're not living up to these standards. And I was ostracized and I was kind of kicked out. So I really understand this character in that aspect. And I love that she knew who she was, she challenged it, and people around her changed. And I just love that aspect of the story. So I'm going to quickly mention the animation was charming. I love that they did something different, but didn't go too crazy with it. It was familiar. I also loved all the Easter eggs as the 100th. And so, and I think the expectation was a little too high on it for being, Disney kind of hyped it up with the 100th anniversary. And I think that was wrong because it did not live up to the hype, but it's way better than the hate. So enjoy the film. And if everyone on this live stream is hating the movie, they are wrong. I am right. Not all film is subjective. Just joking. Thank you for letting me on and giving my opinion.
I love it. I love it.
Great. That's awesome, Evan. I love Evan's passion for things. No matter what it is, whether we agree or not.
Yeah,
I just love his
Evan's
passion.
awesome.
He is.
Yeah, I
He's one of my favorite
totally
people.
love Evan. He's a great guy,
But he's wrong.
he's wrong.
He's wrong.
Love him, but he's wrong. Is that the Southern bless his heart? Bless his heart. You're wrong, but bless your heart.
Yep. Speaking of which, I also have a review from Grant, which basically says
fucking incredible.
So let's hear from Grant on his review of Wish.
All right.
Hey guys, Movie Buff Grant over here, and today I am going to be doing a by the numbers review of Wish for Dave, Rich, and of course Corey. Now, I saw this movie when it came out in theaters, and to be quite honest with you, as a Disney 100th anniversary celebration, I actually kind of dug this one. It is fun, it's catchy, it's sometimes silly at parts, and I do want to say, like I always say to Dave and Rich, it is fucking incredible. And of course, it kind of reminds me of, making an inappropriate joke every now and then. But although Wish is pretty good, and I am actually going to give this an 8 out of 10, and I will be giving my scores later on. Dave, Rich, hope you guys are doing well, and I will see you guys all later. Stay cool.
All right, Grant. Thank you so much.
Cool.
Okay, so Evan gave it a 77. Grant gave it an 83. I got their scores. I'm going to go ahead and start here because you all know how I feel about musicals. I did not like this movie. So if Evan thinks I'm wrong, that's fine. But the only thing I caught with this movie was gonorrhea because I needed a penicillin shot after this. This movie blew chunks. I hated it. The music sucked. I did not like the animation. I was sitting there going, somebody kill me. Just somebody. I was like, how much insulin do I have left? Can I just put it all in there? Because my blood sugar was low watching this movie. So I just, it just did not appeal to me. And some of it, I guess, is because my hatred of musicals. But for a 100th anniversary thing that they would put this up, I wanted big. Because Evan
sure you
talks about
did.
that it wasn't. I wanted like a huge
Yeah, I
thing.
bet you
Exactly.
did.
I want it big.
It's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt.
I want it to hurt.
Oh,
I want it like that. But Rich, what were your thoughts on it?
It sucked. I didn't like the music. The animation was okay, but was it just my TV or was it dark? Like, I don't know. It just didn't seem very bright.
really?
I don't know. I didn't like the tone of it. I don't know. This just really sucked.
Yeah. Now, Mike, your numbers were a little bit better. So,
Yeah.
what were your thoughts on Wish? What did you like about it?
So I thought it was good, not great. I actually really like musicals, so that's why I probably scored it a bit higher since I liked the songs. I thought they were pretty catchy. I liked the fun moments. I thought the characters were pretty cool. I thought the story overall was interesting. So it's a Disney animated movie. I went in with pretty low expectations. And I'm like,
Agreed,
you know what? Pretty good. But I like how they went with the different animation styles, so it didn't look like everything else they've done. So I thought they were different enough on this one. So yeah, I had a good time with it. I'd watch it again.
Okay, cool. Rob, what are your thoughts on this?
You know what? I kind of liked it a little bit. It wasn't like kind of mid level for me. I really like Adrienne DeBose. Whatever she's in, West Side Story. That kind of bombed out, but I think she could sing well, I kind of, I was thinking, I kind of wish this was a live action film than an animated maybe. That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Maybe it's a different kind of, but I could see it just wasn't all, it just kind of mid for me. I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
It was just kind of mid level, kind of, Disney. You're right. To celebrate the 100th. No, not with this. They picked the wrong, animated film for it, but it was just, I didn't hate it. It was just kind of meh, for me.
Yeah, I get you. All right, Corey, what are your thoughts?
I didn't think it was in my bottom two when I'm looking back at those, but I knew I wasn't going to be I wasn't super excited going into it, but it's just not my type of movie. That's nothing against it. If you're into it, I'm not trashing on it, but I knew it wasn't in my bottom two looking through all of them that we watched this week. I'd say positive out of it. I wasn't really into the music, but I didn't think it was that bad. And I don't know. I started getting into the whole premise of the movie, the whole gathering the wishes up and only approving the ones that they felt were safe for society, that were for the people around them, and then breaking out of that to be like, sometimes you can't just play it safe. Sometimes you gotta, dreams sometimes are dangerous. Sometimes you have risks. Sometimes they're successful. Sometimes they're not. And that's a dream. It's like sometimes you fall flat on your face. Sometimes it's something that's great. And you can't have somebody choosing if you can take that risk or not. And so I kind of dug that aspect of it. So I think that's where it kind of bumped the score up for me a little bit.
Okay, that's cool. And Jay says, if you want someone to kill you, you can always go swimming. Caveman says there's a 12-step program for hating musicals, Dave. Yeah, step one is no. So I've just never liked people singing dialogue, and it just, animated movies I give a little bit of leeway to, but there was a lot of music in this. And there was actually one song that I liked.
I didn't like any.
Oddly enough, which was but it was only when the Queen started singing. That was the only voice I liked.
I wish Queen was singing in this, not the Queen.
Not
The band
Queen
Queen.
Latifah, yeah.
We will rock you.
Now that I'd watch that. I would.
Yeah. Like when they're in the crowd and they're all the King's talking to him, he's like basically "fuck you," and then that's when they break into Queen.
Yeah.
So I'll say that too about some Disney movies, that they have some characters, even background characters, that really like jump out to the forefront, that you're like, oh, you really are drawn into them, whether you love them or whatever. And I felt all of these felt, I'm just going to say, a little generic, like
Yeah.
Leave them or take, I don't know. It's anyway, sorry, not to jump in anymore, but
Yeah.
But for
No,
what it's worth, this was done under Bob Paycheck or whatever the fuck, Bob Paycheck, whatever his name is, the old head of Disney. So anything that's coming out of his regime of Disney is all sucked.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest.
yeah, I
hopefully,
didn't know that.
um,
Caveman says that Wish was boasting retro art style, and I don't remember that ever coming up.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean,
But it didn't seem retro to me. It wasn't
Yeah.
trying. I didn't
seems
seem like
garbage.
But yeah, the artwork, the animation didn't seem like it was that good to me. I mean, it was okay. I mean, I'm kind of middle of the road, like Rob a little bit, but I just, every time they start singing, I'm just like, ugh.
like, no.
I just can't take it. I can't. I mute it. I stop it. I walk away. I can't.
It was in Dolby Atmos.
Yeah, I know. I mean, some of the like that last that scene at the end was awesome, and then it was ruined by a song.
Mhm.
Speaking of ruining things, Dell, what's up,
What's
brother?
up,
Thank you so
Dell?
much for being in.
Hell,
Dell is one of my favorite people on the planet.
Yeah,
He's
that's
awesome.
fucking awesome.
He's awesome.
Dell. But so going to the highlights, Mike, you have our only highlights with a 10 for cast.
Yay. This was a great voice cast.
and a 9 for sound. So you like the cast, you like the sounds, the music. So I totally feel you there. I don't agree. My sound score was a 3. So it's but that is just the way it is. But what I did like is I didn't really recognize some of the voices until later on. Like Chris Pine, I didn't recognize him as Magnifico until later.
I didn't realize it was him either.
Yeah. Alan Tudyk as the goat, totally got that. That made
Yeah.
total sense. I was like, of course he's the goat. Because he's either Tuk or he's the robot in Star Wars.
he never plays a human.
He does all the crazy voices. Look at all these faces radio and the NPR voice. So Corey's like whoop whoop. So let's go to our final scores. Oh, before we do that, who among us has the lowest score?
Corey again.
It's written.
I was asking the
gotta
chat.
be
You didn't
written.
even-
Sorry.
Oh shit. I'm going to tell you, Mike
Rob.
has the highest score, so don't pick Mike.
Yeah, don't pick me.
Don't pick Mike. Mike has the highest score of the 5 of us. Anybody have any votes? And of course,
As I ruined it.
Yeah.
I ruined it.
yes, Mom says Corey. I'm just going to call you Mom. I'm just going to do it.
Oh,
Mom
she loves
says
it. Go
Corey.
for it.
Holland says Corey for all of them. It's pretty not.
Damn.
And Jay says I have the lowest score. Tiana says Corey.
I think I'm going to be the Grinch out of this whole thing tonight. So
Probably.
Yeah.
Because you keep saying
Yeah.
a movie that I really like.
you could like at least throw in a little bit. Oh, it's okay, Corey.
It's like-
But-
Like unanimously for Corey, except one person.
so
Corey.
yeah, he's a jerk. He voted that low.
I should have been in this week. It would have been me.
Nate, you're with me, man. You're with me.
Because you hated 3 of them. So yeah.
I'm interested to see what movies Nate like because there was 2. Of them
Nate
that I
says
really,
12.
Really
Is that would have been your total score, Nate? 12. If that's
I think I was higher than
I
12.
think he was Corey was a little higher than that. Surprised to see the old school style animation for old school making frames for the movie. Okay. All right.
Really?
I'm just all I've got to say about this movie is
Wow.
it was bad. Yeah, 12 out of 100. Thanks, Nate. Appreciate that. That would beat the record because I think Alex was 17. I think that was
Something like that.
that's the lowest score we've gotten on the show.
I want to get Alex back on here.
I want to get
Yeah,
Alex
even
back on to shit on.
Shittier week.
I can't believe he's I was like, this is gonna be a good week for Alex. No, he shit on the movie.
Just pick all stinkers out for him
I'm
the week
gonna
you
pick
have him
all- I
back
want-
on there.
I love his reactions. How did you make me watch this?
or the texts we get near the
The
week.
texts
He's
we
like,
get before the show are priceless. So awesome. All right, let's go to our final scores. On Wish coming in 5th place, you guys. IMDb is giving it a 5.6. Rotten Tomatoes critic score 48%. Audience score 81%. Rich gave it a 52. I gave it a 58. Rob gave it a 55. Corey gave it a 53. Mike a 77 for a total average score of 59. Rich has the lowest score. Nobody picked Rich.
I was
I
not
picked
the lowest.
I win. I picked
Mike-
Rich.
Mike
Yeah, you did.
wins.
Yeah,
Mike
wins.
wins.
Wow, it was Rich.
Yeah, I was saying.
I didn't like this movie
That,
at all.
that means you have bad taste in film and good taste in people, Evan. Mike and I had the same score.
I'm telling you, it's great. Come on now.
I preempted that. I should have went the first one. I liked and I like you guys. So what does that mean? Yep. I love it. Oh, it was Rich. He is my favorite. Oh, it was Rich. Did Mike watch a different movie?
Watch it.
Rich said, "Well, this sucked, but it's Corey."
Love you, Holland.
Awesome. So yeah. So Mike, you get the cookie. You said Rich.
Yeah.
There you go. All right.
Mike's like, yay.
All right. Yay. It's all woo. I'll have to bring you cookies because at least you're close by. All right. Rich, pick number 4.
I am going to just looking at my numbers here. Oh fuck. I'm gonna go
All right.
Another good sign.
Rebel Moon Part 2.
Rebel Moon Part 2. Corey.
That was my. That has been my bottom one, so that has to be my guess for this one. Rebel
Oh,
Moon Part 2.
Okay, Rebel Moon. Rob.
I think it's gonna be Rebel Moon Part 2.
Okay. Mike.
I'm gonna go Zone of Interest still.
Oh,
Okay.
Mike, you're killing me.
You're killing me, Mike.
Mike, you're killing me, Mike.
You're killing me. All right. Our number 4 movie is Rebel Moon Part 2. Good job, you guys, except for Mike. Maybe if we're drunk, it will be good. I was drunk and I still didn't like Wish. Jeff, so I shouldn't watch Wish.
Your
That's up
kids
to you.
might like it.
You might like
I
it.
don't know
All
if
film is subjective.
but
I
then
would,
there's,
yeah.
you know, even my
Absolutely, Rich.
Disney loving daughter didn't like this. That's my best friend Mike. Love you, brother.
What's up, Mike?
Jay says Zone of Interest. You're wrong. Rebel Moon is the one I haven't seen. Won't watch it till it's R
You
rated.
know, I don't even think it's gonna get an R rating. As bad as it's doing, I don't know. I don't think you're gonna get that director's cut.
Yeah, Rebel Moon. You need to get a recording of fucking shit for the future of musical reviews. Yeah, that's okay. I have.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's cuter than the other.
That's cuter. That's cuter. But I do.
Fucking incredible.
I'm keeping that forever. I told him. I haven't seen Rebel Moon. Yeah. If they don't release it, then I'll never see it. Wow.
Then you'll never see it.
Yeah,
Nate with
And you'll be okay. You'll be okay.
Nate with the tantrum. I love it. Debating if I'm going to watch Rebel Moon 2. If you like the first one, then maybe. All right. So let's get your guys' thoughts on Rebel Moon. Corey, I already know that yours is going to consist of the sound. So Corey did not like this.
Oh gosh, it fell so flat for me. Like so flat. It was
Did you like the first part or
no, but I thought this was even worse.
Okay.
So, and I know I'm poo-pooing on the whole thing. So it was to me.
If you didn't like the first part, Del, then I don't think you'll like the second part.
No,
I'm being perfectly honest.
I thought the first
The
part was
battles
better
are
than the
better.
second.
I think it's
Really?
I
Wow.
think the battles are better, but I
Slow
think
mo.
this-
If you like slow mo,
yeah.
There was too much slow-mo. I mean, it was
Really?
I don't know. To me, it just felt generic, and it was, it drug on so long, and there were so many scenes that were extended way past they needed to be. Like they just did the slow-mo. Like, okay, like how long was the harvesting of wheat or whatever the grain was, you know, on the planet for, and just slow-mo. And I'm like, okay, people are coming to kill them, and they're like slowly like harvesting all this grain. And then as this Imperial force is coming down on them, they sit down and have a meal and make banners for each of the people that are, this is why we love you. And, you know, and like go through this whole story. And I'm like, okay, you know, you're going to get attacked here pretty soon, and you're having a love fest here just for a little bit. That, and then the story just went, okay, I don't want to be like spoiler, but maybe should I stop or just go?
Try not to spoil it. Just you
Okay.
can bounce around it as much as you can.
There was a reason the Force was going there and to attack the people on the planet, and then there was a point where they decided that wasn't important to them, and they're just going to destroy everything, and that just didn't make sense to me.
No.
So, sorry, I'm trying to not be too spoilery, but
And does anybody else think Anthony Hopkins needs a new agent?
yeah.
Because what the fuck?
I didn't even know that was him. I didn't even until I was like going to do the scores, and I was like looking at IMDb, and I was like, oh, I didn't realize that was his voice. But,
Even my wife was like, "Hey, that's that one guy." I was like,
Yeah, he plays C-3PO.
"Why is he a robot?" I'm like, "I don't know."
It's Hannibal
Yeah,
Lecter.
But he's
you,
narrating it too.
you know you made it when somebody says, "Hey, that's that one guy."
That's that one guy. And my wife says that to me, so it's
No, I felt very generic on this one, and way too much slow mo, and just the story didn't make sense to me, and it like crossed over
I
itself.
get it.
Where I don't know it.
all right. Rob, what are your
I'd give it
thoughts
a
on it?
couple tens.
What's that?
What were your thoughts on Rebel Moon Part 2?
Oh, I thought it was a little. I liked the first part better, but along with the other movies we're reviewing, I liked it a tad better than the Night Swim. I like the cast, but the part that really dragged on is when Dijman Hanju kept on saying, "What are they asking everybody? Why do you want revenge and all that?" That scene,
Yeah.
it shows everybody's arc.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
they want,
Yeah.
revenge.
Give me your secret. Tell me your secret. Your deepest, darkest secret of why you're here.
Yeah, it's there we go with Sylvia Botella's character, and the love interest of hers, then the lady with one arm, and oh my God, it's going through everybody at the table, and and what I didn't get is like when it's just stealing from everything, Star Wars, Age of Tomorrow, and kind of all. I don't mind that if it was done well, great. What I don't get when the laser hits somebody, it looks like it's spraying out like molten
Yeah.
steel or something. I thought that was kind of odd. That's supposed to be blood or something?
I liked it. Because I think of it as a chemical laser instead of light.
Maybe I'm
So-
going into too much. I thought that was
Without going into too much weird, some real genius, weird science shit. It's a chemical laser instead of a gas or
it's like spraying out whatever, like body.
told you a splat.
Yeah. I thought that was kind of odd, but
The stuff Rob is saying sounds like a make-believe movie. All right, Mike, what are your thoughts on Rebel Moon?
So I thought this one was going to be hot garbage because I hate the first one. I don't even remember half of the first one. It was all about farming. I'm like, what the heck is this? A really bad, low-budget sci-fi TV movie. I actually quite liked Part 2. Part 2 had a lot more action in it, so I liked all the action sequences. If you're going to rip off Star Wars, don't give us a really good story. You can't do that. You can't match up to that. Just give us cool actions, explosions, Zack Snyder doing his thing with the slow-mo. And I really like Zack Snyder's style of directing, so I enjoyed that. I enjoyed when he tried to use practical effects in there. I actually liked the tabletop because it connected me more to each of the characters. So then I'm like, okay, now I kind of care when they're fighting and things are getting thrown down. Okay, I'm more invested in them. So to me, this was a massive upgrade over the part 1. And I don't even think you need to see part 1. Like, if you want to get into Rebel Moon, skip part 1. That's super boring. Go to part 2 and just zoom into the action sequences, and you'll have fun with that. It's dumb action fun, like TV style movie. It's a Netflix original. What were you guys expecting? A theatrical release here? Come on, it's Netflix. You got to give them a break on.
But it's Zack Snyder though. I expected more
Netflix.
with him.
Netflix will destroy
Zack Snyder was a
anything
Netflix
movie-wise.
It's not.
I think Zack Snyder needs to scale it down. Go do something small. Go do something like personal. Stop with these big.
A Netflix original is small though. Like he
Not
just.
this isn't the money he spent on this.
Oh gosh,
Man,
but that's.
I think he needs to do something just like a not sci-fi, not superhero. Maybe do something like a low-budget horror movie or something.
But with his
Just to
name,
get him out
Zack
of it.
Snyder.
with his name attached to it, I expected more. Maybe that's why I was
Oh, I
so let
agree.
down. I don't know.
Man, you guys really didn't like. I like the special features I watched after it too on
I
Netflix.
liked part of it.
Yeah.
Mike didn't know he was coming into an angry mob tonight.
I
This is
did.
angry. Just
Yeah.
angry. We're gonna
Yeah,
hate.
the
We're gonna
Terror
hate
Force
everything.
movie. First Wish. Come on,
Yeah,
Disney
well,
Magic.
I mean,
What happened? And now
I don't know. Corey's got something stuck in his craw. I don't know. What
Happy
it is.
Disney. Corey hates it.
I
Zack
know.
Snyder. Corey hates it.
Oh,
Never sucks.
man.
Nights
It's been a week. It's been a week.
Singles suck.
It's been a week, and Mike walked right into it.
And
So.
so did I when I got his scores. I was like, "Whoa, dude, are you okay?"
Do you need to talk to somebody, Corey? Come on.
Rich, what are your thoughts on Rebel Moon Part 2?
I think I scored this higher than some of you guys. I like the visuals. Yeah, that's about it, really. I mean, there was a couple scenes where I thought my internet froze when the laser they're shooting back and forth, and it just like stops for a hot second. And you're like, "Oh shit, did my internet freeze?" You know what I'm talking about? The by the bridge.
I think you texted me and asked me about it.
Did I? I don't.
Yeah, because you were like, "Did you see this? Is it?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, it did that for me too."
I was like, "What?"
That's Zack Snyder, though. What'd you
Yeah.
expect?
It is, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, okay. So Mike, I'm on board with you. I liked this. I had fun. If you're gonna do this, Rebel, I thought actually part 2 was better than part 1. I did like part 1, but don't try to give me a story because the story is complete bullshit. But the action is better in part 2. I like the whole splattery laser thingy. I dig that, Rob. That really, because I was like, I was justifying that in my head. My brain was all spinning on it, so I liked it. I love Sofia Boutella. I think she's great and she's gorgeous. I didn't like it when she cut her hair, but so be it. I love Digimon Hansu. I think he's an amazing actor. Wasted in this movie, but
He's wasted in a lot of movies.
he's wasted in a lot of movies. They're like, we're gonna have you do Never Back Down 2, and I'm like, dude, that dude should have an Oscar. That dude should have another more Oscar nominations. Get him in there because he should do some great movies. He's an amazing actor.
He is.
But I will say, Netflix, as for like, if you're watching a Michael Bay film, you know what you're gonna get. If you're watching a Zack Snyder film, you know what you're gonna get. If you're watching John Woo, you know you're going to get doves and slow-mo and bullshit like that. And that's exactly what Zack Snyder does. Everything is in slow motion, including farming, apparently.
Lots of slow farming.
So did I have my complaints about it? Yes. But I still enjoyed it. I had fun watching it. I do think it was too long. I think they could have cut that down a little bit.
An hour and 20.
They could have made it an hour and 20, hour and 25. And I think they didn't need. Okay, we know you have to, and if you look at the plot, I mean, well, even going back to the first one, it's A Bug's Life, right? Whereas the ants are cutting the wheat for the grasshoppers, and the grasshoppers come and take the stuff, and they're completely out. That's what I felt. It felt like A Bug's Life.
A Bug's Life felt better to me too.
Bugs Life was a great movie. I'm not even going to go there. But let's see. Oh, Zack Snyder needs to direct something adapted from a Frank Miller comic. Their sensibilities lined up perfectly. Yeah,
I disagree. I don't
I
think Frank Miller's that great of a comic book writer. I think he's overrated.
homies, if you're still alive after Chucky is over, I'll be back. If not, I'll catch you the rest on replay. Thanks, Jeff. All right, see you, brother. Corey. Your name is Wilkie's Movie and Hatred. Yes.
Coming next week, my name change will come out.
Yeah.
I will bring. I will do that one. Wilkie's Movies and Hatred, and
Wilkie-
everybody will sign up for that one.
Oh, dude, you're gonna get so many followers. bro.
Everyone's gonna love it. They're gonna love it.
For someone else. Harrison agrees with that. Miss the mystery of Force mythical aspect of Star Wars remake. Okay, several missing from Snyder's version of Star. Yeah, okay. Zack Snyder can do one thing very, very well. It's called retirement.
Ooh.
Wow.
Well, he's gonna retire better than I will. I'll
Dude,
just say
he's gonna
that.
retire with $50 million.
So I'm not hating him. He's gonna be way better off than I am.
Bugs Life. See, yeah, he loves Bugs Life. Rich, you're overrated.
Oh no!
No, no,
Underrated.
no,
Underrated.
We
no.
need that moderator now. We need that.
Corey comes in with a new name. Yeah.
Where are the blue wrenches at when we need them, right?
Exactly.
Okay, but honestly,
Moderators, I'm putting you on timeout.
honestly though, if you like this movie, even I'm not gonna hate if you like the movie, but the whole premise of why the attack was happening on the planet, didn't you agree? Like at a certain point, they just threw it out the window.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't want to spoil it, but
no, I know, but
I justified it with what happened to the admiral, and
Okay.
I can talk to you about it more offline.
yeah, no, okay, yeah, no, we'll leave it at that. Yeah,
We'll leave it at that. But I justified it. But again, I'm thinking four color universe. I don't care. Just get to the fighting.
Yep.
Because of that the Asian lady with the swords, she's my favorite. So I wanted to see her fight some more.
yeah, yeah, I got
And
you.
Sophia Botella, I mean, I think she's amazing and she's great, does great stunt work.
So we'll fill everybody in later about Dave and I's argument later. Okay, yeah.
Bugs Life. Thanks, Kate, man. Appreciate that. I would like to see Zach take on a Western, but dial back on the slow-mo action. That'd be funny.
He needs to do something different.
I think not just him, but like slow mo and shaky cam gets used way too much. Like
Yeah, I think moderation, right?
yeah.
Use
Use it-
kind of like Rob's drinking. Moderation.
No,
No, you
that's
gotta-
that's not moderation.
Well, Rob, he needs
no.
to moderate.
I'm just kidding.
I'm trying to and do a little intervention. Rob needs to slow it down a little bit because he's crazy. He's a madman. He thinks
I love Rob. I love Rob.
Rob's awesome.
Yep.
I've been trying to get Rob on the show for a while. So when he volunteered, I was like, oh yeah, you're in. We're putting you on the show.
He was voluntold.
He was voluntold that he was doing, oh, you're doing it. All right. So we do have some 10s and some 9s.
That's for me.
A couple from me. So Rich, you have 10s for cast, visuals, sound,
Oh,
and
dang.
genre. I have 10s for cast and visuals, and then 9 for sound and 9 for subgenre. Let's see who else we got. And then Mike, you have 9 for cast, 9 for visuals, 9 for sound.
Yep.
So now we're getting to somewhere. There's some decent scores coming up. All right, so
And then there's
knowing the
Corey.
highlights now. I'm not going to say who's got the lowest score because you all know it's Corey. Who among us got the highest score?
It's Rich.
Oh
I don't know. I'm gonna say Mike.
man, I feel like it's between me or Dave.
I'm gonna say Mike.
I think it's Rich.
It's probably
I'll go
me.
with me.
It goes to me. Jay says me.
Oh,
Rich picks himself. I can't pick because I already know. Who else? Tiana says me.
You need a drum roll or something.
I will. Corey got the highest score because he loves hatred. Yes.
You're welcome.
I mean, but you guys know that Rich has more tens.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Dell thinks it's me.
I'm still saying Mike.
Oh,
Same thing.
man.
Mike's saying himself.
Oh. Whip it out. What is it?
All right,
Whoa,
here we go. That's all right. Put it on the table. Let's measure it. All right, let's go to the final scores on Rebel Moon Part 2. Wait, who else do we got? Oh, it's got to be Dave. It's got to be Dave. All right, you guys are right. Let's check it out. IMDb is giving this a 5.2. Rotten Tomatoes critic score 15%. Audience score 53%. Rich 74. I gave it a 78. Rob a 59. Corey 27 in the toilet, and Mike with a 70.
Yeah.
Total average score 61.6. You guys all got it right except for Mike and Corey thinking it was Mike. I had the highest score.
I
Corey,
love how
what happened?
I love how close I was to everybody.
That was like me on Wish. but
It was
That
the-
like-
you had angry Corey on that one.
Which, yeah, we got angry Corey. You're like, I'm in a better mood, so here's some different scores, and I'm like, your score for Rebel Moon.
Now you gotta find
Let's get
Alex,
better,
Nate,
dude.
and Corey back on.
Rich has-
Dave was like, "You want to try tomorrow? You want to do it tomorrow? Or you can turn it in tomorrow."
Did anyone think the Annabelle trailer gave
Yes.
away too much? Yes, I
think so.
do
Yeah.
think.
I agree. I agree.
Excuse me while I whip this out. Whoa, Dell, watch out.
and Dave won. He had the biggest.
I did. I had the biggest. I like
First
it
time
big.
he's
I
ever been
told you.
told that.
No.
What the WTF, Corey? Corey is thinking he is playing golf with all these low scores.
Oh yeah. Low score wins, right?
Yeah,
He's
golf, yeah.
established with the
Yeah, Corey's a good
yes.
golfer.
lowest, the
I-
lowest point wins.
I don't know why, but that movie hit me just wrong. It just hit me wrong so
it
bad.
sounded like it hit you wrong. I was like, wow.
But don't you have some of those that maybe you
I do. I do.
look you look back at it and you're
Yeah,
like,
Rick's
maybe
is
it's
true.
not that bad, but you're just like, it hit me
Yeah, it's where it was
bad.
just- And it could be a different day. Like if I watched that on a different day in a different mood, I might have gone, no. Like I am not in the mood for this.
And that was that one for me.
and that was that one on that day. And
And the day after when I tried to
the day after,
revisit
I mean-
it.
but Rich has his things too about like fantasy movies or
Yeah.
anything with Bill Murray. He's just like
No
no,
comedy.
or any comedy that does not have Jason Bateman.
Mhm.
Jason Bateman has to be in it, or else it's not
Yeah.
a comedy.
Oh, I was gonna say you don't like Jason Bateman?
No, I
No,
love
I-
Jason. That's
Jason-
Oh yeah, I know.
Jason Bateman and Tom Cruise are on his Mount Rushmore, and those are the only two. He has two of each
Oh, shit.
on his Mount Rushmore. One for the top half and one for the bottom half.
Mhm.
But
And I'm a bottom person, so
yeah, he is
Well,
the bottom person.
Next topic. Next topic.
He tells me that all the time.
I'm
Okay,
too
my
fat.
answer is going to be Corey for everything.
Yeah.
I did say highest score, so remember when I say highest score, I was just looking at the schedule to see when I can join you guys again. All right, I saw a Tubi movie on one of them, and then scrolled.
That was
past
Dave's
by it.
pick, man.
I know there's a couple of I'm like we're trying the Tubi channel because they're doing some original stuff, but yes, they look like as Mike so eloquently put it, hot garbage.
But
So
wait, if you're on the bottom, that means you're kind of lazy.
Who, me? Yeah, I'll get it.
yeah,
I'm a bottom person.
he's a bottom.
You coming at me, Jay? Come on. What's up?
Come at me, bro.
Come on, my bro.
Rich hates all forms of comedy except for Jason Bateman. He if it's got when I had him pick his top 5 comedies, 3 of them had Jason Bateman in it,
And I didn't even realize I did it.
and he didn't even know that he did it.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I
you
didn't think
realize
he was-
Jason Bateman's in 3 of these? Oh shit!
You know what I noticed in my collection? I have a lot of movies starring Kevin Costner for some reason. I just noticed.
Well, he's good. He's good.
Let Him Go, The Guardian, Wild Earth. I oh my god, I got all this Kevin Costner stuff.
So Rob's got a hard on for Kevin Costner. Okay, I see it.
Costner's a good one.
That's
I'll give you that one. He's good.
Bodyguard. I have all this, a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, you got all that stuff. All right,
Yellowstone.
it's great. Thanks for changing the subject, Rob. Let's move on.
Yeah, moving on. Moving
Move
on.
on to number 3, and Mike, you go first. What do you think is our number 3 movie?
Eventually, I'll be right with Zone of Interest. So
Eventually, you're gonna get it. Rich,
Mike.
number 3.
I'm gonna go Abigail.
Abigail, Corey.
Oh shoot. I'm gonna say Zone of Interest. But
Yeah.
You guys better not fuck
Finally.
up Zone of Interest. I scored that movie fucking good. Don't you be fucking it
well,
up.
I like it too, but apparently nobody's scoring things the way I do. So I'm just trying to.
So, Rob, what do you think is number 3?
You better not say fucking Zone of Interest.
Easy. I'm gonna say Zone of Interest.
Don't feel pressured, Mike. Apparently, but
Jawohl.
I'm having trouble breathing. Our number 3 movie is Zone of Interest.
I'm finally right. Thank goodness.
Come on. You guys fuck this. All
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
okay,
goodness.
I could say that about some that you picked there.
Wow.
Wow, exactly.
Wow is right.
It is a wow.
Ah,
You okay, Dave?
I'm still waiting to hear about the 2 movies I
You need
actually like.
medical? You need medical?
I might need CPR, Rob. Get over here.
Compression. I
So,
know how to do it,
Zone of
man.
Interest was a zone of naps.
I wouldn't want to see this in the theater.
It
but I'm
would be
glad
a
it
good
was on
nappy
Max.
movie, though.
Oh,
I really like this.
I did nap in this movie.
dude.
I like
You know
it.
what? It did put me
Oh.
to sleep the first time. I had to finish
It
it the
did.
next day. Yeah.
Yeah, it put me to sleep the first time I watched it. I had to go back and rewind it and
Yeah,
watch it
me.
again.
I know, me too.
I can
Uh,
understand that, but man, if you watch this, it's so messed up.
It
It's
is
so
it's-
messed up.
It's a tough watch. It's
Oh
serious.
gosh.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go first because there was something I really liked about this movie, and that was their use of sound
Yes.
Yeah.
to
100%.
to kind of dictate what was going on at Auschwitz.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I thought that was magnificent. That was like, because if they actually showed that, I probably would have shut this off. I would
Yeah.
not have watched it. I love their use of sound here. That was my favorite part of this movie. I mean, it was in German. Some do not care for foreign films. I did think it was really slow in the middle. Like I said, I fell asleep like a third of the movie. I was out. And I was like, oh crap, it's almost over. I better rewind it and figure out what the hell happened.
How much did I miss?
How much did I miss? Oh crap. Oh, so we're back at the river. Okay, that's where I left off. But there was just, I don't know, there was something about it, how they were trying, how the wife was trying to, and I'm gonna say Sandra Hüller was amazing in this.
She's so good.
She's a phenomenal actress. And because we
And this is
watched
the
her in
second
Anatomy
time
of a
I've seen her
Fall,
something.
and Anatomy of a Fall was fantastic.
Have you guys seen that?
No, I got it on my watch list.
Watch it.
Yeah.
It's
If
fucking
you get a
fantastic.
chance. But so I did like this. I didn't love it, and I'm still on my soapbox that Society of the Snow should have won Best Foreign Film. That was the best foreign film I saw last year.
I was with you. I was with you on that.
You were with me.
But see, I don't know, something about this movie I really liked. I loved how they just pretended nothing was wrong. And this dude was like an evil dude, but he was still a father, a husband. And I don't know, I just liked how they just came off as normal. And he was able to separate the evil shit he was doing at the end, or up until the end, when I think it really hit him what he was doing.
Yeah. So Tiana, the movie is The Zone of Interest. It won the Oscar for Best International Film,
And I can see why.
and it was nominated for a lot of stuff. It was nominated for like 5 Oscars, I think it was. I think that's the only one it won.
Didn't it win for sound?
It went. I don't know if
Yeah,
it won
one for sound. I
Did it
thought.
won for
I
sound?
thought
Okay.
it did.
I think so. because the sound was great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Very
that's
cool.
right. That's right. That was the only other thing that I would have been like, dude, totally
There you go.
wins the sound.
What did you guys think of the? I don't know how to the ending. How did you think about that? What did you guys,
The
without spoiling it?
the ending left a little flat for me, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I left the ending silent. I didn't say a word. I just stopped it and I walked outside. That was what I did. It was I
It's a
agree
gut punch.
with Corey. It was flat, but it was powerful. I mean,
Mhm.
to me, and you guys, if you don't know about this movie, this is connected to World War II and Auschwitz and
Right.
the atrocities that they did in Auschwitz. And I have a relative who was there in Auschwitz, and he actually got out. One of my great uncles, had the tattoo on his arm and everything. And he told me about some of the stuff that happened there. So this kind of hit home for me in a couple of spots where I was like, oh, wow, that's what he was talking about. Because he would tell me about the, and, I'm just going to say the crematorium. He was telling me about the crematorium and how it smelled. And I was just, and then you get that in the movie where the one lady could smell it. And so she shuts all the windows.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a powerful moment where they don't use visuals to get there. And you're like, oh crap, was it the smell? Was it the gas? Was it the bodies that they were burning? What smell was causing her to just run and shut all the windows in the house? And like I said, just you're looking at the husband and wife and the kids, and they're playing in the yard, and you hear gunshots and screaming.
How?
And I'm like, man. But I will tell you that I will never watch this movie again.
I think I would. I think I
no.
would.
I don't want to touch this ever again.
I think this movie was just really, really good. What about you guys? What about you, Rob?
Yeah, didn't like this. Okay, so Nate didn't like it either. It wasn't the music that did. I agree the music didn't really appeal to me, but the plot on paper is better than the execution for me. I agree.
Yeah, that's why I thought it wasn't well executed. I know it was shot well, the acting, but towards the middle, that was hard. It was just nothing happened for me, and I just got to call it. It just I think something like Schindler's List did it a lot better, but this kind of reminded me like a Stanley Kubrick kind of film where he would direct sort of. But it just I think towards the middle, like the second act, I think I kind of got lost a little bit. It just wasn't well executed for me. I just don't understand the after I watched it, and I saw the Rotten Tomatoes score. It had scored like a 93%.
I get it though. I
for me, I don't get it.
Oh, I get it. Yeah.
But I understand, Rich, where you're coming from, and David. But about Auschwitz and all that. The subject matter that didn't turn me off. It's just for me the way it was executed for me just didn't work for me.
Yeah. Oh.
But well shot, well acted. The sound was great. It just, especially toward the middle, man. I was fighting to stay awake.
See, I didn't have that problem.
Yep. So Mike,
What
you
about
said
you, Mike?
you fell asleep the first time.
Yeah. So I think it's a
coming
well-made movie from a technical standpoint. All the sounds, visuals, filming, excellent. I thought the director did a great job. So the execution was fine for me, and I actually enjoyed the ending. I thought it was very powerful. So it's a very important movie to watch. But then when I look back at it, just like you, David, am I going to rewatch this one again? Is it a entertaining enough story where I want to go back again? No. It lost me again in the middle because it put me to sleep. It lost my interest. It wasn't the zone of interest. It was losing my interest.
the zone of disinterest.
But I do think they did the best they could with the premise. It's just the premise they went with. Like, I don't know how else you would do it to make it more entertaining, but I don't think it's supposed to be that either. So it's in that weird spot for me. So I get the critic scores. Once again, well-made film, just not an entertaining movie.
Yeah. Corey, you got any more thoughts? This one you've been unusually quiet about.
Yeah.
I was trying to shut up a little bit. I felt like I was talking too much.
Oh
so
shit! Don't
Oh,
shock
no.
me like that. Just
I was just,
just-
reining it back a little bit.
so I appreciate that, but yeah, just
I would say I enjoyed this movie, but it was a hard watch. I don't know. It's a very good movie, and I think it's worth watching, but I don't know if I would go back to it very often. The more shocking thing to me is where it could almost be boring, but that's the shocking part of it, where you have a family, a husband and wife and their kids. I love you, going off to work, living right next to Auschwitz. I mean, that was the hard thing for me to watch with that. Where you have
And
somebody
he
that's
doesn't
like,
come off as a monster.
no,
But-
I know. That's where that's the weird mix of it, where you got a family and somebody's like, I love you, kissing the kids, and like, oh, we're gonna have a birthday party this weekend, and they're right next to that camp.
Yeah.
And
like he's just going to do a 9-to-5 job.
exactly.
And yeah, and that was the thing too, where they try to make something beautiful next to something atrocious.
Yeah.
I totally saw that. But
That guy's haircut, man, that was atrocious.
Yeah.
well, that made me like, okay, yeah, that was a Hitler moment.
But
Let me ask you guys a question. I'm sorry, Corey, to interrupt you.
no,
but,
go.
this brings a question that I can't say I struggle with. I have my own opinion, but I feel that it's possible to appreciate a movie like this, even though you don't like it. And a movie can be good and you hate it. Just likewise, a movie can be bad and you love it. You guys
Yeah.
all agree with that?
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
point.
So, and
Absolutely.
this is one of those I would fit into that category, because I thought it was good. It was well made, but I didn't like it. It didn't, and there are movies that are tough watches that I'm like, oh, that was really good, but it was a tough watch. This one, it's like, I didn't like it, but it was really well made. And I do see why it was nominated. Society of the Snow, awesome movie. That's still my pick. I'm still pissed about it, but it's just, I don't know. This is one of those things where I was like, I was having trouble scoring it because I wanted to give it a lower score, but I was like, no, I've got to be objective and look at the quality of the work as opposed to just my opinion of it. There were things where I can go, no, I didn't like the story, or I didn't like how it ended. But then there are things where, like, I can't ignore the visuals. I can't ignore the sound.
Right.
I can't ignore how the director did here. I really think the director did a good job.
He did.
So it's interesting when I saw the final scores, not just mine, but your guys's, how your guys's mindset was. So it was really interesting to get this one, because I'm not going to say we were all over the map, but where, like Rebel Moon, where we were all kind of the same. And then there was Corey in the toilet. But we were all kind of in different spots with this. So it's really interesting.
I'd say the thing that stood out to me the most with this movie was the sound, because there were so many moments where they're living a regular family life, like kids playing, doing things. And then in the background, you hear a buzz of electrical fence going off. You hear that buzz of that electricity going through. Then you hear shots or shouts in the background.
Screams.
And they're like doing like hey, we're having a pool party, a birthday party, whatever. And like loving everything. In the background, you just hear those pops of gunfire or shouts or the buzz of the electric fence. And that put it over the top for me. But
Yeah.
I dug it. And
Especially
you can see from my score
and
how much I really like this movie.
I agree. Society of the Snow was much better for me. Thanks, Holland. I mean, yeah, I like Society of the Snow. I would go and watch again. Easy.
Yeah.
That's on Netflix, isn't it? Still.
Yeah, that's on Netflix.
Yeah, it's a Netflix
I haven't
original.
seen that yet. I haven't seen
Oh,
it.
Do yourself
I
a
haven't
favor.
either. I haven't either.
Do yourself
Really
a favor.
good. Really, really good.
Don't watch it dubbed. Watch it subtitled. 'Cause
Oh yeah, I never watched this. Foreign films dubbed. It's
I thought you said porn films.
Porn. I watch all my porn dubbed. I think all porn needs to be dubbed.
You got to have subtitles with porn. Come on.
You gotta have subtitles with porn. I don't know.
Next topic. Next topic. Next topic. Next topic. Come on, let's move it along.
back from that. How can we come back from that?
Yeah.
Scores.
Well, it'll be hard.
Oh,
But, so, before we go to our highlights, you guys, let us know who you think got the lowest score. Go ahead and put that
Won't
in the
be me.
comments. Do not, you guys, panel, don't say anything yet. So Holland says, I need to hear the porn actors deliver their lines, no dubbing. Yeah, but you want to get the true acting of the porn. You can't.
yeah.
Nate says Rob. Like I said, we're all over the map with this. There's a couple of us kind of gave it a low score, a couple of us in the middle, and then I'm just gonna say Rich is the highest score. So Jay, you're wrong. Dell says Rob.
Oh, damn.
I'm not
Holland
seeing
says
my
Rob.
name yet. I'm kind of surprised. I don't see my
Corey
name thrown out
spits
there.
on all the movies. You guys aren't even saying.
Corey, you kinda
I'm the
said you liked it.
Grinch. I'm the Grinch, and nobody's saying my name.
But not on Zone of
Say
Interest.
my name. Say my name.
And there goes a strike.
And
Damn,
damn it, Tiana says Rob. Yeah, Jay, you can't do it. You're already out, bro. All right, let's go to some highlights. I'm going to start with Rich because he really loved this movie. So Rich, you gave 10s to the acting, ending, story, visuals, direction, sound, and genre.
Dang.
Mhm.
I-
I really like this.
I gave 10s to the sound and genre, and then a 9 to the acting. Corey gave a 9 to the sound. Surprising. That's the first 9 I've seen on you. And then actually a lot of 8s, which was really good. And
That's,
Mike,
that's solid. So, I mean,
yeah, solid. Mike, you gave a 10 to the sound, 9s to direction and visuals. So what do we got? Grant says Corey. Jay says I'm going with Corey. Dude, you already picked. You're out.
Oh, come on, Jay.
done.
You're
You're
out,
done.
Jay.
One
All right.
one pick.
One pick, one and done. All right, let's go to our final scores on where the hell did it go? There it is. Zone of Interest coming in third place, you guys. IMDb is giving this a 7.5. Rotten Tomatoes critic score 93%, audience score 78%. Rich takes the taco with an 88. I gave it a 75. Rob gave it a 40. Corey gave it a 70. Mike gave it a 64. Total average score 67.4. So
you guys
yeah,
fucked it up.
so Rob
You weren't
Fucked it up.
you weren't
Rob
kidding.
had-
We're all over the place.
we were all over the place with this one. Rob had a 40, was the lowest. Rich was the highest with an 88.
Damn you guys.
Not me. I was in the middle, kind of. So
You were.
I wasn't that bad. Come on.
I had the second
I'm pointing
highest
the finger
score.
at Rob. I'm pointing the finger at
I was the
Rob.
third highest.
You were.
I was the
Corey
fourth
right in the
highest.
middle
Hold on,
this time.
give me a
Usually
break.
he takes the whole curve.
I'm usually the
Make as many
pooper
picks
on
as I want.
everything.
Yeah, you can. It was Rich. Rich was the highest. Yep. Good score, Rob. I'm top dog in here. Relax, Jay. Love it. All right. We got 2 more left, you guys. It's been a great show. So what do you think is number 2? I'm gonna go Corey.
I'll say Abigail.
Okay. Rob,
Abigail, my girl Abigail, all the way.
Mike,
if it's not Civil War, I will be disgusted.
What?
Mike's gonna leave the chat. Rich, what do you think?
That has to be Abigail. I'm gonna be pissed.
Damn.
Finally, the 2 I liked. Our number 2 movie, sorry, Mike, is
Oh.
Come back, Mike.
Golfer clap. Golfer
What
clap.
is
Baby,
this?
come back.
What is this?
that's it. Baby,
Very
come back.
disappointed.
You can blame it all on Rob. How do you like my singing, Grant?
Fucking incredible.
Thank you,
Yeah,
brother.
it was pretty incredible.
It was.
That's right. But my granddaughter likes all my singing. So, yeah, Abigail takes second place, and let me get Mike. Let me get your thoughts on it first, since
Oh,
I know
man.
you were pissed that this was number 2.
I know, man. I thought
Abigail.
this was going to be first for sure. This movie was freaking awesome. I thought it was going to be super generic, boring horror movie. But I thought this was really cool, especially going with a Weird Al idea with a vampire ballerina. That could go wrong in so many ways. But there was a fantastic cast here. There was tons of blood, action, gory moments. There was twists and turns in there, so it kept me on the edge of my seat. So it was interesting. It was interesting. It was entertaining. It was super fun. If you don't at least think this movie is fun, I'm like, what are we doing here, people? What are we doing?
What is the point?
What are you watching? What are you watching?
What is wrong? I was wondering about that with Rebel Moon, Corey, with you, but
Oh, come on.
so Corey, yeah, what are your thoughts on Abigail?
So it's my number 2, how I would rank them, but that doesn't take anything away from it. I had a lot of fun with it. I thought it was I thought it was a fun movie. I'd recommend this to people to go out to watch. Good time. I love the comedy that they put it. I have a soft spot for horror movies that weave in some comedy with it.
Yeah.
I have a good time with them, but I felt like the ending kind of drug on, and they kind of weaved in a couple storylines that I didn't know if were necessary or not. I don't know. For me, the ending kind of drug on a little bit, but that doesn't mean I didn't like the movie. I had fun with it. I was glad I saw it in the theater.
We almost didn't get a chance to see it.
Yeah, it was close.
It was
Yeah,
close.
for me too. For me too.
Yeah, vampire movies should always be first, unless there is a Godzilla movie. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate that. But yeah, this is a good point. Tiana hasn't watched the trailer.
Yeah.
This is my only negative was that the trailer let too much out of the bag, I think.
I agree.
But there's still a little bit of love. I was pleasantly surprised by this. I think this had every chance of being complete cheese. And it could have been like First Omen or
Oh gosh, that movie sucked.
some of the other horror movies that had come out where you're like, oh, I think I'm gonna like this, and then it turns out to be not as good as you want. But yeah, so I actually had my expectations low. I was looking for this to be campy and a little cheesy, especially with Catherine Newton and her like guys, and in the trailer, and I'm like,
I like Catherine Newton.
I love her, but I didn't like her in the trailer. I didn't like her in the trailer, but Catherine Newton is rapidly becoming like one of the more popular scream queens.
Oh yeah.
And so yeah, I've really gotten to know her with the last couple of films that she's been in, and I'm like, you know what? I really like her.
But could you imagine going into this movie?
That's great. I mean, I thought it was okay, but yeah, it was disappointing for me because I expected it to be better.
But that's my thing right now. Like, could you imagine going into this not knowing anything about it at all?
Oh, it would have been so much
It
better.
would have been better.
Exactly. Like,
Oh,
so that girl, the little girl that they're taking hostage in the whole thing. If you didn't know anything else, I think it would have hit so much harder for me.
It could have been like a Dusk Till Dawn scenario.
Yes,
That would have been amazing. Oh my gosh.
I agree, Mike. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I agree with that too.
They give too much away in trailers. Like too much.
They could have made a short little trailer with that, and just given us a little tidbit, and then it would have been it would have easily have been in the 80s for me, as far as the score was, because that would have been a big surprise.
Now, was the person at the end who we all think it is, or was I the only one that thought that? without spoiling it.
I was kind of thinking that way too, Rich. If we're
Yeah.
thinking the same.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking.
Not too.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm
mean,
kidding. I'm
You
kidding.
mean as
I'm
far as
kidding.
the actor who played it, or the person he was supposed to be?
The person he was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I agree with that. I do believe.
I thought the cast here was really good. The
Really
Scream
good.
girl, I thought she was better in this than she was
Yeah.
in Scream.
Yeah,
She's
I
always
was-
great to look at.
I was
I
like,
liked her.
oh, yeah.
I liked her in this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did too.
I agree. I liked her in this too.
And I like the connections they made with the movie, and
Yep.
I dug that.
And rest in peace to Angus Cloud.
Yeah.
I
Who
didn't know that.
he was the
Yeah.
druggy guy in the beginning. Yeah,
Right.
he passed away.
Yeah.
So it was like they had a little tribute to him at the end.
Right.
Mhm.
That was
I really liked that. I had to look it up because I couldn't remember the name, but Kevin Duran,
Yes,
the muscle
the muscle.
kind
Oh,
of
he was
silly
fantastic.
guy.
He
I,
was
I like. I
hilarious.
liked him in there.
Yep.
He's an
I
underrated
like him.
actor.
I wish he wouldn't just play an idiot. I
Yeah.
I
He
wish
does it
he
so
would
well.
be like a smart guy, and it would be like, oh, cool. But yeah, he always plays a goober. But
And it's the same company too, Tiana. It's
Yeah.
the same.
I thought this
And-
was
and
a
wait,
same
you
company
just-
that did Wait, You're Not. There's a
silence. Yeah.
yeah, the radio
They're tied
silence.
together.
Yeah, it's
They're
a
in the
yeah.
same
There's
universe.
there's some similarities.
But there's
Um,
so much of this cast I love though, like that
Yeah.
Dan Stevens, like just because he
Mhm.
was the guest, wasn't he? Do you know the movie The Guest?
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
Yes,
Oh,
Oh, you haven't
Yeah.
seen that?
I haven't
Yes.
seen that. I
I,
heard.
I
Oh,
thought he
dude,
was in
watch that.
that.
goobers need love. That's right. All of
Yeah.
us goobers need love. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do.
Goofy
Mel-
Goobers.
Melissa Barrera and Catherine Newton. I like her. I don't know. I have fun with her.
I-
But the little girl, the ballerina,
thought
the
the little
Alicia
girl was
Weir,
good,
I thought she
yeah.
was great.
it was fantastic. Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought she did great in her role and how she, went from being all sweet to
I love that. But that's where that hit so much harder if you had no clue going into it. You know?
yeah, it would have been huge surprise. You could have had like a little dancing thing and have her get kidnapped and that's it.
Yep.
That would
Mhm.
that would
That
have
would
been
have
cool.
been a great reveal. Yeah.
It's done good at the box office, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, I think it's done well.
I thought it struggled a little bit, didn't it?
Well, for this,
Everything has struggled. Like in the
Yeah.
past few weeks, all the movies have struggled.
except Civil War.
Yeah, Civil War.
Yeah. Well, Civil War's done okay.
Hint,
But-
hint.
Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare is having trouble.
Oh, that was so
Um,
good.
Yeah.
You guys haven't seen it.
I haven't
was
seen that
fucking
one yet.
awesome. Go see that.
But yeah, it had Abigail had a budget of $28 million and has made 17.1 million so far.
That's it.
It'll get there. It'll get there.
Yeah, in a
I
few
think.
weeks.
I don't-
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll get a profit though. I think it'll
no.
make its money back, but I don't know if it's going to turn a profit.
Maybe in home video.
Maybe with video sales and streaming and all that,
True.
maybe that'll bring it up over the top.
Hopefully.
Because I wouldn't mind a sequel to this.
Oh
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't know about
yes,
that.
full franchise. Let's go.
I wouldn't mind.
Abigail
Yeah.
Universe.
I
I wouldn't
want it
mind.
all.
I wouldn't mind, but
Abiverse. Abiverse.
give me an
Yeah.
Abbeyverse. Yeah,
Abigail
I'm
and
down.
Scream. Let's
Or-
go crossover. Make it happen.
let's go crossover. Yeah,
I'd be for that. Yeah, let's go for it.
criminal activities. Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was also in Godzilla and X Kong, New Empire, right? Dan Stevens.
Yeah, he was the vet guy, right?
That guy, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was really good. He was really good in this one too.
Yeah, he's done a couple of good like high volume movies. Like
Now I'm
stuff.
kind of getting curious on the guest now.
I'll definitely check that out.
The Guest is good. I liked it.
I heard good things about it.
Yeah, it's good.
I had fun with it. I mean, it's I had fun with it. It's a good watch. Stop, Corey.
Really good in the Legion series. I don't know if I saw that. That's one I think I missed. All right.
What are the scores?
Um, Yeah. Okay, you guys. So for this one, this is going to be tough. But which one of us got? Should I do lowest or highest? What do you guys think?
Highest.
Highest. Okay. Which one of us got the highest score? In the chat, you guys put it in now in the comments. Let us know which one you thought got the highest score? Because I'm going to tell you, it's close.
Oh, that was she said.
Yeah. No, she said I'm close. Well, maybe depends on who you. Um,
No, she said it to you, Dave. She's like, already?
oh, as opposed to are you in? Yeah, that's
That's
that's the other thing that she says. Or oh, how cute.
or that's my leg.
The weather's supposed to be really nice around me tomorrow.
That's not my arm, by the way.
Oh.
Nice
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
looks like a horror movie that I can handle. Yeah, there's enough comedy in it. I mean, it's gory.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is gory. I don't know if you handle that blood. I don't know.
But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of blood, Jay.
There's the thing from that movie. I thought somebody directed or was a producer from
Okay, Colin
this
says
movie
Mike,
that was
Mike,
also
Tiana says Mike. Mike says Mike. Dale says Mike. Tiana says, "Oh God."
Oh God! Really, God?
We got the Ricky score in here.
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
God.
Oh, Aubrey Plaza. Okay. So it looks like it's almost unanimous that Mike has the highest score, except I think Jay says Rob. Yeah, Jay said Rob. So Jay thinks Rob has the highest score. But okay, so let's talk about highlights. So Rich, you have 10s on the trailer and the visuals, and then you have 9s for the cast, ending,
just throwing
story.
out tens,
and 9 for the
You
subgenre.
haven't got to my 10s yet.
You haven't got to my 10s. I have 9s for the trailer and the visuals and the subgenre. So I think as a vampire movie, it works really well. I'm not even going to go to Rob's highlights. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I refuse. Corey, you have a 10 for the trailer.
Oh wow!
That's your highest.
I wanted to see it.
Mike has 10s for cast, story, and subgenre, and then a 9 for the ending.
Oh.
So, like I said, we're all really, really close.
Really close.
Really close.
It's like a tease.
It is. That's what I'm trying to do.
Corey's like, give it to me. Let's see it.
Rich makes it rain. All right, let's go. Let's go to our final scores on Abigail. You guys coming in second place.
Holy
IMDb
What?
with a 7.1.
I'm the low.
Corey's always
critic score with
I'm always the low.
audience score with an 88%. Rich gave it an 85. I gave it a 75. Rob with an 80. Corey with a 73. Mike with an 82. Total average score 79. Rich has the highest.
I didn't even know that I scored it that high. I didn't think.
I know Poker Face over there not giving nothing away with that score.
He doesn't add his own stuff up.
I don't
to
have
do
my
it
stuff
for him.
up.
No.
It's like
dropping dimes.
It's like this movie was awesome, and then there was Corey.
Yeah. But like I said,
Well, I wasn't too far off of you, Dave.
No, you weren't. Like I said, we're all within 12 points of each other.
Would you guys buy this movie when it comes out on Blu-ray?
Oh yes.
Yeah. I still would. Yeah.
Of this. I want a 4K steelbook.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind a steelbook of this. I wouldn't mind a 4K, especially if it looks like that.
Oh yeah.
It looks like that poster. I'd be down for a steelbook for sure.
They've had some cool movie art posters for this movie that would be some great steelbook covers. That one behind you would be awesome for a steelbook.
Yeah. Nice job, Jake. Way to come in. Way to come in after the fact.
Good
It's kind of like wearing a bulletproof vest after you got shot. So
that hurts.
It does. I'm not going to ask what you guys think is going to be our number one movie because we only have one more left. Our number one movie this week, you guys, much to Mike's chagrin, is Civil War.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Love this movie.
Mike, let's talk about this.
And Mike's like,
Mike dropped out.
Mike, what's wrong? Why are you shaking your head, man?
He just dabbed out.
Oh,
he's like, I'm done. I'm done. Fuck this show.
I could be on my couch watching a rerun right now. Come on, leave me alone.
I can't believe you like this. So So yes, I'm Mike. I'm gonna go to you first.
Oh gosh.
What was it that didn't appeal to you about this movie?
So I saw the trailer and I'm like, this is going to be one of the greatest movies of the year. Let's go for it.
And
And then it felt so flat. I thought it wasn't ambitious enough as it could have been because it was much more fantasy than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be very realistic, like, okay, blue, red states, let's go. It's going to make a lot of sense. And then it's like Texas and California teaming up. That just doesn't make sense. And I get why they did it. They don't want to have a fiasco with political stuff. I get it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But if you're
Are you-
going to go do Civil War, then go do Civil War. So it was just too unrealistic to me. And then we didn't even have enough fun action in this movie. I mean, by the end, we got a little bit there, but I thought this was going to be really focused on the war action the whole time. Like, let's go. And instead, we're just following around some journalists taking pictures. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? How is this Civil War? But this director is not my cup of tea. I don't like any of this director's stuff that I've seen. Like Men, I thought was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life.
I agree. I didn't like
I've
that.
never seen that
I
one.
just don't like
They
the
don't.
approach to this one. And I thought it was going to be great. So I had high expectations and it let me down just with pretty much everything. And the characters were flat for me, like Kristen Dunst. Like, I don't know, she just seemed kind of boring and blah to me. Like, everybody felt very blah. And then when we got to that ending moment, which I won't spoil anything, I'm like, oh, that's kind of stupid. Why? It's
See,
a
this
nothing.
is
I call this movie a nothing movie. I got nothing out of this movie.
oh man,
It-
this is Kristen
did
Dunst's best
nothing for me.
performance in
Right.
a movie. I do not like her. I thought she's been good in 2 movies.
Spider-Man.
Meet the Vampire. No, she's
MJ, come on,
No.
MJ,
No,
Spider Man,
Yes,
come on.
that's what I want to
She's
see.
terrible.
Spider-Man
Interview
4.
with the Vampire and Civil War. These are her
Oh.
2 best movies. I thought she was fantastic in them.
She
And I
was
can't
like a
stand her.
wood.
That's right.
Okay, Rob, what are your thoughts?
I like Grant. I love this fucking movie, man. I know it's divisive. It doesn't take any sides. When you're going, you got to have that open mind a little bit. I love that it's well directed. I thought it was just intense all the way through. Especially it's like a road. It's like a road movie. They're going from New York to Washington D.C. to get the interview with the president and all that. And you got some. For me, I thought it was well shot, especially the sound. You feel like you're right in there,
Mhm.
especially the scene with the sniper scene. I thought that was intense. It hits the windshield even. It seems like you're right in the action. I saw it in IMAX, but I recommended this movie to a couple other friends, and they came the same way too. Like Mike, about how Mike felt about how like the Western forces in Texas and California coming together. Yeah, I know it's not gonna, but I look at this. It's a movie, so that's one interpretation, of it. That's what I thought. That's what I got out of it. But I for me, this is the best movie of 2024 for me right now.
Wow, bold
I
statement.
agree with
That
you,
was
Rob.
like one of the worst for
100%.
me.
I love
Man.
it.
I agree with you, Rob.
I loved Ex Machina too. I
I
like
did,
it.
yeah.
That's fantastic.
And Annihilation.
I
Man.
liked Annihilation. That wasn't my favorite.
That's
I don't
okay.
Corey, what were your thoughts? You can unmute yourself now.
Yep. Sorry. I was being quiet. I was staying out for a second, but
I'm gonna shut up. Dave's gonna kill me. No, I'm gonna send Rich over there.
yeah, exactly. Now I'm
closer.
going. Now I'm going.
Hey, you guys are neighbors.
I'm gonna send Rich to rough you up, which is basically gonna be like, "Hey, man, can you really be quieter on the show? I really."
Hey, you know what? Once in a while, you got to know when to shut up, and I just put the mute on, and I just ride it out for a little bit. So,
And while you're on mute, you're like, "What are these guys talking about?"
no, exactly. I can relate to everybody's points so far completely. So anything that's been said so far, I can't say like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. I completely agree. But I like that they didn't take a political side on this movie though, and went more like, you don't know what caused this civil war. You kind of drop in after it all happened. I like that they didn't go that route, and that's not poking at one side or the other. Like, I get annoyed with both sides. I'll just say that. So we'll just leave it at that. And I like that it just was, there's a divide, the country split, and there's a major issue going on and you're trying to figure out what's going on. So I appreciated that part of it. It wasn't pushing an agenda one way or the other. I don't care which agenda.
There's no in this movie.
Yeah, exactly.
They did a fantastic job.
Not
And
even
I know-
entertainment. That was not
Yeah.
part of the agenda
Yep.
either.
Yep. Exactly. But I could see where somebody could say it was boring. It's not an all-out action. So when I first saw the initial trailer, I thought it would be more battles, like in the fight. So that was a change. I kind of expected it going into it, just hearing some initial talks on YouTube about it. So I knew what to expect. You're following these journalists on this road trip, basically, to try to get the last interview with the president, kind of a thing. I liked what it did. There was a lot of things they did well, I thought, with visuals. So you have the veteran reporter, you have this young girl that wants to emulate her, and there's so many instances where they're taking a photograph and it does a snapshot. It does like a black and white photo of what they see through the lens. I like that a lot. There's a lot of things with the sound I thought was amazing. I was in a very small theater, not very many people in there, and there would be a gunshot out of nowhere that I wasn't expecting. I jumped. There was a couple times where I jumped in the movie where I'm like, okay, the sound effects were great in it. Whether you think that's a good thing or not. I don't know. There was a lot of things that I just thought was really good with it. I'm not going to say greatest movie ever, but I have a lot of respect for it. I think it's one worth watching. I don't know if it'd be one I'd return to a lot of times, if that makes sense. But
Yeah.
okay, I'm done.
I see that point. And I see Mike's point. Rich, what were your thoughts on this? I know you love this as well.
Oh, I love this. I like everybody else. I thought this was going to be right versus left or whatever. But I'm glad they didn't go that route. I'm glad it took me for a loop being focused on the journalists because I didn't read anything about any of the reviews and all that stuff. I just went in, and I liked that it was the focus of these journalists. And you, like you said about the black and white pictures, and Jesse Plemons, isn't that his name?
Yeah, Jesse Plemons.
Oh, fuck. That's
yeah.
probably one of the best scenes in a movie all year.
Yeah.
It's intense. You're like, oh, you're like, you're holding your breath. Like, what the fuck's going to happen? I thought that was fantastic. And I liked, they kind of telegraphed it already earlier on in the movie about what happens at the end with a certain character, but I still liked it. I liked that she wasn't such a hard ass, because she comes off as a hard ass at the beginning, and then she warms up to the other photographer, and I like that.
Yeah. Dude, I loved this. I was like, this was not what I expected at all. And I guess 'cause I watched the trailer and I was thinking the same thing. Are they going to do, are they going to tell us how the war starts, what's going on there? And at first that bugged me because I was like, I want to know more about how the war began and what it's about. But then I looked at the political side of it and I'm like, okay, I see why they were ambiguous about this, to where they were just like, we're not going to like hint to anything. It's already going to like mid-war come in and do the stuff. And I also like that it was focused on the photojournalists as opposed to the war itself. And I think that says a lot about the thing. But Mike, to your point, my wife hated this movie. my wife, I asked her to give me a 1 to 10 on it. She said 5.
And my wife liked this one, so that's funny.
It's a matter of perspective, like what you want versus what you get. And we talk about movies being subjective, although Evan doesn't agree with that. I think this is not my favorite of the year, but it's my number 2. Like I don't know. I think it'll definitely make my my top 10 of the year for sure.
This
Side
one
Hustle Cinema, what's up, brother? Good to see you. I don't understand anyone calling it boring. I was on the edge of my seat the
Yeah.
whole time. So this was my thing, Side Hustle, and I do see Mike's point. I think at the beginning it was slow, and I really think the intensity just ramped up gradually over the course of the movie. By the time I was getting to the end of it, I was like, I could feel my heart racing, and I was like, okay, and then Corey, to your thing, there was, it wasn't a very packed house for me. There was about maybe half full, but there was a gunshot that rang out, and I only heard it on the right side of the theater to where I turned my head because I was like, "What the hell was that?" And then, and I was like, "Wow!" So they really did a good job on the sound. So yeah, as a general, I like this as a general rule, but I can totally see Mike's point of how he was disappointed because he expected one thing and didn't get what he wanted. And I came in expecting nothing and got I got my rocks off. I gotta tell you, I was very happy. I mean, Rich was cleaning the seat in front of him afterwards, but I was happy with it. I really enjoyed it. And then it was
And the
it was
ending's very powerful.
it was actually
Yeah.
it was really enjoyable to come out of the movie and then talk to my wife about it because she had a completely different opinion. So to have her come in, it was like, dude, that sucked. I hated that.
But for me, it was more powerful because it was more realistic to me. It
Yeah.
wasn't over the top action. I mean, it was like, this is what the real people down on the ground would be affected by or feeling through this whole thing. And I don't know why that maybe it hit more closer to home for me because of that. But
And Caveman says that being your number 2 has multiple meanings.
Yeah, it
Well,
might be my number 2 in a different way. So
Well, shit, Caveman. Yeah, it's Mike's number 2 because of where he wanted.
come
to
on,
put it.
Mike.
He wanted to drop it off at the pool with his kids. But now that I know that Side Hustle Cinema's name is Todd, it's good to see you, brother. I will not forget that name again. So you guys in the chat, go ahead and pipe in with who you think got the highest score for this round, because we all know that Mike's is the lowest.
fair enough.
Who got the highest score out of all of us? And I will tell you, at least one of us got a 90.
Oh my gosh.
My, oh my.
What?
Over
I don't,
what
I don't know if I didn't think I added up all my scores, so I don't even
I
know if
never
it's
do.
me or not.
'Cause I like the surprise.
90.
Hey, Jay says Rob. Dell says Rob.
Yeah.
I don't think it was me, but I never I didn't
Grant
add
says
up
Dave.
all
Okay, highest score we're looking for. Holland says Rob's time.
Anyway, I already pre-ordered the 4K already.
So yeah. Rob.
Which one you do? You do the Amazon cover, or which one you do?
That Amazon
I
cover
did
is
it. I
nice.
changed it to Amazon.
Yeah, I like that the Statue of Liberty scene. I wish that was in the movie though.
I wish that was in the movie though.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
would have been really cool. I wish there was. I guess you could tell for time, but I'd like to have seen more battles. I would like to have seen more fighting. So on that note, I agree with you, Mike. I would have liked to see more fighting. I loved the sequences with the pictures and the black and white superimposed on top of the video. I thought that was awesome. But so Harrison says Rich will get the highest score.
Hardcore Grant.
I love that.
Yep. Grant's got a reputation now with us.
Hardcore, bud.
All right. So I will start highlights with Mike.
I had a highlight. Wow.
He's like, next.
Next. And now we're going to move on to Corey. No. So Mike actually has a 10 for trailer.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The trailer was great. I wish I got
This
that
is where he
movie.
was like, yeah, I wish the trailer would have been 2 hours long and it would have been a great movie. Corey has 10s for trailer and sound, and then 9s for visual. Excuse me. And no, I'm looking at the wrong line. Visuals, direction, and genre. I think that's right. And
Sure.
subgenre as well. Rob has 10s for direction and sound, and then 9s for acting, trailer, ending, story, and visuals. I have 10s for trailer, ending, visuals, sound, and subgenre. And then I have 9s for acting and direction. Rich has 10s for trailer, ending, story, visuals, direction, sound, and then 9s for acting and genre.
Man, this is gonna be close. I think between me and Rich.
Dave is up there too.
I'm pretty happy. I got a lot of 9s in there,
Yeah.
I think. It'll be off by 1 point between Rob and Rich. All right.
1 point or 1 inch?
Probably 1 inch.
Probably a point. It's all right, let's go to our final scores on Civil War, you guys. Coming in number one in our hearts, but number 2 in Mike's toilet. It's IMDb is giving a 7.6.
Wow.
Rotten Tomatoes critic score 81%, audience score 73%. Rich gave it a 93. I gave it a 90. Rob gave it an 88. Corey an 86, and Mike bringing up the caboose with a 58 for a total average score of 83.2. And it was in order too. Rich had the highest score, and it was in order all the way
I
down.
was the Corey of this one, I guess.
Mike and I were just so close. So close at the
We
bottom.
were only 30 points apart,
30 points apart, but we were at the bottom.
but you're at the bottom too.
And I thought I was being generous. I'm like, I'm pretty generous right here on this one.
That's all right, man. It's just what hits you, you know?
It's what hit you
Was
because
this my lowest scored movie then? I don't know. Was that my lowest score? It might have
that
been.
was. Let me see.
Out of
Either that
tonight?
or Night Swim.
Oh, come on. This cannot be anywhere close to Night Swim. Come on.
Night Swim you gave a 45.
Okay.
Oh, that's way too close to Night Swim. Come on.
Whoa.
So Night Swim was your lowest score, but
Okay.
by 13 points.
All right. So I was fair then.
Yeah. Corey, your lowest score was, of course, Rebel Moon.
Yeah, I did not.
Rob, your lowest score was Zone of Interest. I don't even need to look. Let's see. Rich, I think your lowest score was Night Swim.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a 48. I think. Yeah, because you even gave Wish a 52. So
Yeah.
yeah, Night Swim was your lowest, and my lowest was also Night Swim.
So don't go see Night Swim.
It's funny. I thought
exactly.
Wish would be my lowest. No, maybe Wish is my lowest. No.
That's what's fun doing this, though, seeing what people
Yeah.
rank all the movies. So I have fun doing that.
That's what I don't like to know. I like to be surprised.
Yeah.
I like doing it too. It's really fun that we can come together and do this and talk about, even if we have differences of opinion, we can still laugh about it, even though Mike wanted to leave, but
Yeah. No, Dave, we hate you. No, come on. No. No.
and
I'm
okay,
kidding.
it's
I'm
okay.
kidding.
You guys
I'm
can
kidding.
totally hate me.
I'm kidding. There's
I
no way
will-
you could hate you. Come on.
Yeah, ask my wife. Hurt me. A little better. Oh, and I want to say a big thank you to my son David, who gave us a like on Facebook. Thank you, son. I love you.
All right.
Let's see. I think that's Mega Anchor Mike. So you guys, great show. Thank you guys so much for attending, being a part of this, and being a glutton for punishment, taking on the 6 movies. Mike, thank you for jumping in as a mystery
Thank you
guest.
guys for being
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
It was great to finally meet you face to face.
You
I
took us
know,
to a
right?
higher level. You took us to a higher level
Long time
tonight.
no see. It just
Yeah.
feels like a few days ago.
I know it was almost like it just happened. But you guys, before we go, let's go ahead and talk about what you got coming up on your channel. I think I'll do that. Yeah, Corey,
Oh,
go
me-
first.
Me? Oh, hey, hey,
Woohoo!
woo, hey! Didn't know we were going to me right away. So tomorrow night on my channel, I have Miss Jess on my channel. We're gonna be talking about getting to know her a little bit better and talking about House of Wax. So that's a fun movie. The remake we'll be talking about. So, and then Friday, a certain gentleman that's on the stream tonight, I'm going to be on Mega Mike Movie Man's channel. We got a fun split the room challenge game going on. So I'm going to be out there pulling up the rear probably on that one, but I was super glad to have him ask me to be on there again. So that's what I got going on the rest of this week.
Oh, I'm not okay. Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. And, likewise, everybody else is with this esteemed group of folks here. Corey, Mike, you guys are awesome. Thanks for having me, Rich and David. You can see my my stuff on what's going on with me on my Instagram, Big Knock 007. I'll put mostly like if I have an interaction with the celeb, or if I go to a con or something, I'll put something on there and see what's going on with me. I think on the first, I'm gonna be at a signing for Josh Brolin's book at the Grove in LA. Let's see how close I can see. I could bum rush him or something. I don't know. I don't know. I heard there's a gang of people coming over there, so I don't know if I'll get to be on the Q&A. I'm a little ways from that Barnes and Noble, but we'll see how early I could get in there. But
Okay.
I'm guaranteed the book signed by him, so that's a lot.
Nice.
So
Nice. Awesome.
Well, thanks for having me again.
Oh, always a pleasure, Rob.
So much fun.
Thanks for coming.
Mega Mike the
Hey,
Superman.
what's up, everyone?
What have you got coming up?
All right, so I have a video coming out almost every day for you guys covering physical media content. Today dropped my May preview video. If you haven't seen it yet, I cover all the hot 4Ks and Blu-rays coming out for the entire month of May. So it's very informative. Let you know the prices, let you know my thoughts on it. So check that out if you haven't. This weekend, out of theater reactions for whatever new movie is coming out. I don't know because I already forgot. Just joking. Challengers is coming out. The 3-way with Zendaya. I will be there. Very excited for that. And then, of course, we got Split the Room game, Friday night stream, Rotten edition. Is this movie rotten or not? I still don't know how it's going to play out, but it's going to be a lot of fun because I'm just hosting and moderating this time. And David's going to be on there. Corey's going to be on there, and a whole amazing panel battling it out. And Corey, I'm placing my bet on you this time because you're like the veteran of the group at this point on that game. So you should win this time. No pressure.
That's a lot
There
of
we go.
pressure. A lot of pressure. A lot of pressure.
But yeah, definitely stop on by the channel. Have some fun.
Nice. All right, Rich, what do we got going on? We've got movie news at 5.
We got movie news at 5. We got an episode of dropping. Not sure when we're going to drop it. Comic Talk, some non-DC, non-Marvel
That
recommendations.
should drop Sunday.
Sunday. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna set that up to drop Sunday. So
we'll be
Comic
talking.
Talk, we're gonna do like a weekly report for a little while on comic books and recommendations and things like that. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. Something straying from the movie norm.
Yeah. And we got movie news at 5 on Friday.
Movie news at 5. On Friday, it's a recorded show, but we talk about 5 bits of movie news, new releases, trending trailers, what's coming out to physical and streaming. So that's a lot of fun. That'll be at 5 p.m. Pacific on Friday is when that's going to drop. As far as I go, I will be on Mega Mike the Movie Man's channel Friday for the
Whatever that game is.
the Split the Room game, whatever the hell it's going to be. I have no idea what I'm doing. I picked some movies. I'm going to get on my soapbox, and we'll see if I can. Everybody's going to go, Dave, you're fucking ridiculous, because that's what I think it's going to be. Or it's like, of course, we all agree with you. That's supposed to be like that. But I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then our normal show on Friday, which is Spirits with Spirits, that is going to air Saturday night. We're going to talk about the Belgian Wave, which was a series of UFO sightings from 1989 to 1990. In the Belgium area, there was a bunch of triangle UFOs and stuff. So we're going to talk about and review the Belgian wave incidents.
Wasn't there a photo taken in that?
Several
Yeah.
photos, and some videos that I grabbed, all kinds of good stuff. So there's actually some evidence and things like that. And I did a big old study on what was going on. And then all of a sudden it just stopped happening. So
You're talking about waffles when you talk Belgium.
I know.
I do love my waffles.
Waffles and fries with mayonnaise.
Hey,
on
don't
them.
say it. That's going to be Blumhouse's next horror movie, Haunted Belgian Waffles.
Haunted waffles. I don't know. Yeah. OJ is finally able to rest easy now that the killer of his wife is dead. Thank you, Jay, man.
Ooh,
his
too
wife
soon,
killer-
buddy. Too soon.
Yep. God, what? I don't know if you guys saw this, but I watched something recently where they talked to one of the jurors from the original court case, and she said that they acquitted OJ in revenge of Rodney King. Because Rodney King had just happened, so they acquitted OJ because of Rodney King. And I was like, what?
Wow.
So yeah, our judicial system at work, you guys. But I think that comes to the end of our show. You guys, this has been an absolute pleasure. Corey, Rob, Mike, you guys are invited back anytime. Again, look at the schedule because I think we're booked up.
Oh, yeah.
We have
That's pretty
everything. Wow, that was awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Arts for you all. Enjoy.
We got
I
all
can't
the-
do that. Why
Yeah,
can't I
you
do
gotta
You
that?
gotta have the powers.
How'd you do that? I can't.
You gotta have the power.
Oh my goodness.
You gotta be a superhero like me, you know?
You gotta be
Hey,
super
that's
mega
like,
Mike.
you're like a Care Bear or something, isn't it? Oh,
Wow.
I told you I got all sorts of magic powers.
Hang on. We're putting you in the middle.
We got all the movie schedule done. For,
He's not called Mega
for
Mike
May.
for nothing.
Yep.
Exactly.
There's a reason you're called Mega Mike.
Yes.
And that is
Awesome.
that is awesome. So yeah, Rich, we have our schedule almost to the end of May, right?
No,
Or
we're done with May. Yeah.
we're done with May. So we have our schedule up
oh yeah, I
on
saw
the,
that.
Insta-
Saw that.
on the Instagram channel all the way up to the end of May. We do substitute movies here and there if we find out something's not coming out, or if like one is The Best Man
Yeah,
that we
took that out.
had, but we had to pull that out because it turned out that was released a year ago.
Yeah.
So that doesn't qualify for our
So we
By the
put
Numbers
the
show.
business of ungentlemanly warfare or whatever it's called.
Yeah, the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare is put in that place for May 1st. Now, for me in the theaters, I am going to watch Boy Kills World, starring Bill Skarsgård. I'm going to shoot for that next Tuesday. So
I'll try
if
to
Rich
get
gets
to
the
it.
chance to watch it, then we'll probably put that on the show at some point.
Yeah.
In the near
I
future.
want to see that one. Looks fun.
Yeah, I'm going tomorrow night to see it at 7.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you, Cameron.
Thank you, K-Man. Corey throwing up hearts. And
But nothing. But
Nothing.
nothing.
that sounds right. Sorry, Corey. Did a great
That sounds
job.
about right. That sounds about
Everybody
right.
else except Rich did a great job.
Yeah, look at that.
I love that. Is that an iPhone thing or like
It's
a,
an iPhone thing.
an Apple
it's
thing?
a
Apple
Mac
thing.
thing. Yeah.
It's an Apple
It's an
thing.
Apple.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause I think
got
Evan can do that too.
I got an E for effort.
There you go.
Nice. All right, you guys. I think we're going to get out of here. So there's a recap of all the scores as we do the end. But you guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys for watching us on the replay. If you come in, do me a favor, hit that like, subscribe for everybody that's on here. Descriptions are in there. And we will see you next time on the Faces for Radio podcast. Bye,
See you
everybody.
guys.
See ya.